Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
And that gets things running. This looks promising. Real chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Sporting with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Quick look, then plays it in. Chance for a shot! He's keen. Determined to have his say.
Sporting really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Trincao with the short one. Opts to play it back. He's having a hit! Oh my word, that is quite something! A finish of true class! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
An early launch, just as they wanted, just as they hoped it. Shaqiri, quarter of an hour played. Sporting already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Shot a goal! No, just not quite.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Shaqiri, that's a good ball out wide. Trincao! Trincao! And a neat finish! And they're threatening to fly away here. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Sporting are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Sporting heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Oh, now he can run away with it. Can he get it through? And the shot! And no mistake. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Aos 40 minutos de jogo, o camisola número 23.
Just one in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Vamos ter 3 minutos de compensação.
That's going wide left. Trincao. The referee says that is that for the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Sporting are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. And we are back on the way. Trincao. Trincao. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Danilo gets it away. Can he get on the end of this? And it's made its way to him. Can he finish? And he's really put himself on the line here. Corner number 3 coming up. Well, there's the clearance. Oh, that's nice. Good ball, good take. Suarez! Well, now it's a race for the ball. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Trincao.
Sporting clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Looking for the run. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Sporting clearly now in lead preservation mode.
This is now creating a nervous atmosphere. The fans simply want the ball at the other end.
Strong running down that left flank. He is just caressing the ball. Shapes to shoot! And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive moment. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
The new Balance Arena is ready for action. The blue and black colours of Atalanta. La Dea. Well, it's clear what the manager wants here. His aim is to dominate in the wide areas, isn't it?
Yeah, I suspect that the wide men have been instructed to combine with the two forwards playing off the central striker, providing support or rotating with them while being the main suppliers of crosses. This is all about end product.
So that's got things underway. Kolasinac. Zappacosta. That is good progress on the left. Ederson. Lovely bit of skill. And it's De Roon. De Roon. And here's the Ketelada. Shot chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Eight Boudlal.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Szymanski. Szymanski! Goal! Rennes! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Stade Rennais have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
De Ketelada. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Now that looks a decent ball. Looking for the run. This looks promising. Shapes to shoot! Atalanta are behind here, despite their domination of possession.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And he plays one through. Keeper's dealt with that. Now, what about a counter-attack? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Brassier. And it's Embolo.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply. There's no respite if you're being chased down like this.
We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Kolasinac. Now Ederson. De Roon. And here's the Catalara.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
And the shot's on here. Plus. So, a temporary halt to the action. So, a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Atalanta go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So, into the second half.
Atalanta can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And here's the Catalara.
The Catalara really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Kolasinac. And it's De Roon. Bellanova. Atalanta still this single goal behind. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. El Tamari. And this is Embolo.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
Steps in, and that's the end of
16.870
that.
spettatori.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Zappacosta. That has not gone well. Great vision. Glass in acres of space out wide. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Ederson. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now Ederson. Kolasinac. Raspadori. Now he's running away. And the finish! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that, if only he managed to retain his composure.
Sostituzione per l'Atalanta. Numero 16.
Atalanta choosing to make the first change.
Numero 13. Lasciano il campo per il numero 6.
Merlin.
Il numero 59. Il numero 8.
That's a good foray he's making. Atalanta are running out of time and out of options.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Gets a good foot in there.
Cambio di giocatori.
Stade Rennais have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, for me...
Oh, good effort! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Scalvini. Jim City.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And here's Raspadori. He's had a shot! It's a goal! We thought they were done, but never say never. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Stade Rennais have opted to make another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was
90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So, that was the second half.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra-time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes, another 30 minutes, hopefully to make a difference.
Sostituzione per l'Atalanta, numero 90.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still. Atalanta displayed great character to force extra time from what looked a pretty ominous situation. The question now is, can they go on to win it? It is doable. And he's in, must be! He's having a shot! He lifts the roof! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Stade Rennais have their lead. Musa. Darun under intense pressure.
Well, he's the quarterback equivalent, so I'm not surprised that he's being closed down first. Raspadori clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Oh, that was vital. So there's the whistle, and we will have a brief break. So this is it, one goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist? Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Ah, he's given it away!
That's going in strongly.
Showing great feet there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Raspadori. Oh, he's bustling, big chance! Crossbar comes to the rescue. But he's left disappointed. They knocked and knocked, but there is time for no more. Atalanta can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, it's not often you see such haphazard defending, Peter, even when you've seemingly identified the areas you're falling short in. How they thought they could get away with that, I just don't know. They should have plugged the gaps. And I think if you listened around the stadium, Peter, the crowd seemed to know more about what they should do than what was going on the pitch.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
So it's away we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Aymeric Laporte. He's a centre-back who's one of the best in the business when it comes to playing out from defence. He can spark quick counter-attacks or put his foot on the ball and retain it when a breather is needed. He's a very solid defender too. And opposition forwards, they're not going to get much change out of this guy.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And he thumps it clear. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Ruiz de Galarreta. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Iñaki Williams. Played out towards the right wing. That's good running with the ball. Calimuendo receives it in a wide position.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Jaureguiza. And it's Jaureguiza. Calimuendo. Koch. I'll try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. That is ended up in no man's land. And there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Yuri. Nico Williams. And it's Bershish. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Great ball, and he's in here. That has been knocked away. And he's in on goal. Kuruzeta. And the finish! He's delivered all right. The first significant strike. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And that is all they have time for. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
And there they are.
Eintracht Frankfurt trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Oh, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So straight into the second half.
Eintracht
And the shot! Williams. And Sunset. Now it's Guruzeta. Now it's Williams. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
He's a sharp little ball here. Sunset has created one goal already. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Now it's Guruzeta. Threads one in, and it's made its way to him, and he's running through. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
And that is a little undercooked. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. He's beaten the last, shapes to shoot! And he's stuck it away! Do not write them off! Back they come! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Substitution for Frankfurt, number 9.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now that looks a decent ball. Koch gets across to intercept that. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Nico Williams really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance.
Substitution for Frankfurt, number 29. Number 8.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time.
Number 13.
Eintracht Frankfurt displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that stopped them here. Now can they go one better? It's a promising position. Chance for a shot! And again! Oh, that could be pivotal! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortunes.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Bilbao are making a change now. Eintracht Frankfurt have their lead. He's on it, can he get away? Just eases him off the ball. Uzun. Koch. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Izeta. Izeta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Has a look and plays it forward. And we're halfway through extra time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. So the very last of the action is still to come. Two teams separated here by the smallest of margins. Fingernails well bitten everywhere. Well, we are already up and running again. They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Danny Vivian. And it's Lekwe. And Williams. Aims beyond the defence. And he's picked it up out wide. Crosses it in. Bilbao with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. Williams! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target. Eintracht Frankfurt clearly now in lead preservation mode. Now, can they get him away? Williams is... Oh, great leap! And there goes their last chance. Eintracht Frankfurt have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Eintracht Frankfurt clearly played like a team possessed towards the end, Peter. Who would have thought conceding a goal at that time would allow them to find an extra gear or two all of a sudden? It's been a great effort, a wonderful team effort.
To the staff room immediately.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
And this is now today's lineup.
It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
So off we go then. And here's Solanke. He's having a pop! Just the wrong side.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Vargas. Where it came from. Shot could be on. Oh, shooting chance! Now that wasn't a bad hit by any means.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact.
Udogi. Oh, easy pickings there. Now it's Vargas.
That's good play from him.
He's beaten the last man. Goes for a shot! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Seville really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
They've played it short. Tottenham have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Solanke. Dink through. And he's managed to get free.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially...
The referee's awarded a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. And here's Colomwani. That is Gallagher. Gallagher purring through the gears. And Solanke! Same again, same outcome. Vargas. Bissouma with a definite fell there. That is good alertness. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
No, he's not getting past him there. Adams. And he's intervened well there. Van der Ven. Danso. Bissouma. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Now it's Solanke. Oh, such a clever touch. Chance! It's in! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
The goal scorer after 40 minutes is number 22, Gallagher.
Tottenham have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Cattell. Half-time getting close now. The only breakthrough then... Ah, he's given it away! Gallagher. And that should get the job done. Xavi Simons plays it short. And can he finish it? Oh, that's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
It's not an especially good pass, that. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Please take this
Tottenham
opportunity
leading
to pay
by
a visit
one
to our
at the
official
break.
store where memorabilia from today's
On the
match
evidence
are
of
now
what we've
available.
seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Tottenham looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. So the action resumes. Tottenham leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Oh, this looks sharp. No, that's been intercepted. Gallagher. Agume. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Now it's Simons. Gallagher. Bentancur. Bentancur ploughing through the middle. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems...
Solanke! And a neat finish! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Sevilla choosing to make the first change.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Tottenham are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Colomwani, and they've got rid. It's their second corner of the game. And he's gone looking for safety. Sevilla are looking to go forward now. Adams. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, that's fabulous. He's having a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Substitution on the field. Number 39, Colomwani. Number 8, Bissouma. Coming on the field, number 20,
Kudus.
Mohamed Kudus.
Strong running down that left flank.
Substitution.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He is through here. 5 minutes left on the clock. Gallagher has found the net here, of course. And it's Simons. Bergvall. And there's the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So, third corner of the game. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Substitution on the field. Number 19.
Corner number 4 coming up here.
Coming on to replace him.
That has been knocked clear.
Number 9. Richarlison.
That's at the end. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
My thanks to Jim.
Please be
we
made
both
aware.
wish you... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
And we're underway. Alberto Costa. Froholt. And Alberto Costa. And it's Varela. Varela. Varela driving forwards. Froholt. Kanga.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Mora. There's He's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
And it's Mora. And he was quick to react. Throw in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh, good spread. Pepe. Pepe. A dangerous raider down the right-hand side. Kanga. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Looking to play him in. Tries a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
They've played it short. And that's aimed into the middle. Porto have the chance to go the other way. Pepe chooses to go cross-field. And a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And it's Varela. Out towards the flank. Now Froholt. He's a sharp little ball here. Now it's Pepe. Excellent. And the referee has signalled for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Reflections on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. And so the action is resumed.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Kivior powering forward here. This looks promising. And he shoots! And that's a sharp finish. And the game has liftoff. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Porto have penetrated for the first time.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Pepe. And now the breakaway. Alberto Costa. Just about up to the hour now. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Zaidu Sanusi. Porto have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, it looks like they just want to introduce a new focal point to the attack.
Zaidu Sanusi. And it's Mora. And the shot's on here. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
Porto surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Space for him to turn and look. Crossed into the box. And that's the keeper's ball. Porto, moments now away from seeing this one out. He's in a great position here. Nicely weighted ball, and he's picked it up out wide. That's good. And that is that. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Porto really deserved this result, it has to be said. I mean, especially for all the effort and endeavour they showed after the break. There was genuine purpose and intent in everything they tried to do, and I think they deserve it.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.